Hello, Earth Signs. This is Nicole with Angelic Therapy and Healing, bringing you a special reading. We're going to do something a little different this week. Instead of your typical weekly reading, I'm going to bring you a monthly reading for the month of April 2018 to help with all the things that you're going through at this time. I know for many of us, for a number of months, we have been working toward releasing something, someone, some situation. And we are coming to a pivotal point of completing that release. So it's a good thing because they're preparing us for some great new beginnings and things that are going to be starting in May. So we are going to just cover some information to help you with anything that's, going on in the month of April. Now, for those of you that are celebrating, happy Easter. I hope you have a wonderful time with your family and celebrating Jesus. And in honor of Jesus, we're actually going to be pulling at the end of the reading one card from Doreen Virtue's Loving Words from Jesus deck. Now, for those of you that are interested in the decks, I will be putting the name of all the cards below. I'm not going to cover all of those, but if you see some cards that you really like, check below. I'll have the names of all the different decks below for you. So many thanks to everyone who are my loyal subscribers. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for all your comments, for sharing the videos, for your feedback. Thank you for being so positive and supportive. For those of you that have made donations, thank you for that. Let's see here. Hopefully you will find something in this reading, because when I prayed and prepared, I did ask that each of you receives at least one message. If you find it's not really resonating that much with you, go ahead and listen to your moon or your rising sign, because you may find something in that will help you. And for those of you that are interested in personal readings or healings, I am not yet open for that. I've been receiving some questions on my webpage. That, in the bottom of the deck, move that there. So I am not open yet for those. When I do become open, I will announce it, so just stay tuned. And I will provide that information for you when that time comes. So, for those of you that are interested about this first row, it was interesting. I was getting ready to start doing these readings, and they told me to put the cards down and mix them all up. Make some card soup, which threw me for a loop, because I'm like, do you know how expensive these cards are? He said, don't worry, we'll get you new. Put them down and mix them all up. So, the rest of the cards will be upright. I'm surprised they had me do that, because typically if it's a meaning that is supposed to be reversed, they just tell me that. But something apparently this week is special. They wanted them to be more. Okay. They wanted them to all be mixed up. So, we're going with it. We are almost there. One more. If I do sniffle or anything during this, forgive me, be patient. Mother Nature cannot make up her mind here in Ohio. So since she toggles back and forth between winter and spring, I now have the sniffles. So thank you for my spring gift, Mother Nature. Okay, let me see how well you guys can see that. Well, that's pretty darn close. Okay. So I am super swamped and really don't have time to do these. I'm probably going to be up really late getting these all done. But I know it's really important that you get these messages, which is why I'm taking the time to squeeze these in. But I will not have time to go back and timestamp all the readings. So if you could be a gem, one or two of you, if you could timestamp below down in the comments as to where each of the signs readings begin, I would appreciate it. You would be a huge help to me as well as your fellow listeners, because unfortunately I just don't have the time to go back and listen to all 12 signs and timestamp everything. So I'm just barely squeezing in to get these recorded for you. So if you could help me out, I'd really appreciate it. So let's see here. What we have is your situation. What's the challenging or what's blocking you, what you are unaware of and what's going to be helping you this month, and then the action steps, recommendations that the angels are recommending that you take. We're going to move our way from Taurus, Virgo, down to Capricorn. At the end of the reading, let's shift these around. At the end of the reading, I am going to pull an angel answer card for each of your signs. So come back for that, and you will get that information. So let's see here. And whoever's time stamping, that'd be awesome. If you could put when that is, that will help them out as well. Okay. So for all of you, let's cover your overall energy real quick. The overall energy this month, Earth signs, is the Emperor. This is a major arcana. At the bottom it says, use logic and structure to increase your success. Get organized, a firm but compassionate leader. So this is your overall energy. So this is about you being the leader. This is a masculine energy because the feminine would be the Empress. But this is about being the leader. You know, the Emperor, he's very logical. He is fair. With his authority, he's an authoritative figure, but he does so in a very fair, balanced way. He's not ruling with an iron fist. If he were reversed, he'd be ruling with an iron fist. So for many of you, it appears all of you have a love factor. So with love, this could be about, you know, being the leader in your relationship. You stepping into the role of the leader of your relationship, or you taking control of your life with regards to this relationship. For some of you, there could have been someone that was too controlling in the relationship. Could have been you. Now, with regards to money, this would be about, you know, taking control of this situation in a logical manner. So if it's finances, it would be getting some assistance, hiring a financial advisor. But for all of you, this month you are being encouraged to take control of your life, to think logically, to do things in a fair, honest place, to do things with integrity, so that you can move forward. Now, Taurus, your situation, you have 5 of Winter. And at the bottom it says, walk away from dishonest associations, realizing that what you thought you wanted isn't the best choice for your happiness, something that is not worth the effort. And it's funny because this card, after every group, you know, I take the cards and I put them down and I mix them all up, and you guys actually have it upright. So this is good. Others, it's been, you know, reversed. So you've come to this point where you are looking at walking away from someone or something. For many of you, you have been in a relationship where someone has been dishonest with you. There has been some deception. There has been some lies, some trickery. Someone has not been acting from their integrity. And many of you, you're confused and you're tired of the back and forth. Because for many of you, you have tried to make this relationship work. And it's just not been working out. So now you're at the point of walking away from it. But you haven't walked away yet. And the reason many of you have not walked away yet, the challenge, what's blocking you, what's keeping you from doing that, you have Rest and Rejuvenation, card 19. This is really all about relaxation, meditation. Many of you have not taken the time because you either have not had the time or you've not wanted to make the time to go within, to meditate, to listen to your inner knowing, listen to your intuition, listen to that guidance that you're getting to walk away from this, to be done with this. And for some of you, it's you haven't come to a state of being at peace and comfort with the decision to move on. Because many of you, you're still not sure, is this the right decision? Is this the right move? Should I do this? So until you come to that state of, okay, I know in my heart and soul and complete being that this is what I'm intended to do, and I'm at peace with that. So they're encouraging you to do that. Because for many of you, you're stuck in a lot of anxiety and worry. See how stressed out he is? So for some of you, your partner stepped out and left you for someone else, another man, another woman. And you've been paralyzed with fear. Many of you have been left out in the cold. See, they're in this cold, snowy, icy day. You've been left out in the cold while they went to be with someone else. And you're still stuck there, freezing, still haven't walked away. But that's just because they're encouraging you to take the time. Take the time to meditate. Take the time to listen to that intuition, that inner knowing. that will help you prepare, and that will help you come to a place of it, and not just acceptance, but peace. They're saying, a lot of you, it's you don't feel at peace with it. Many of you, you're not feeling at peace and comfortable with it because of finances. Because finances are a serious concern for many of you. You have 3 of Gabriel, and this is what you are unaware of that is helping you this month. Hopefully you can see it. It's 3 of Gabriel. At the bottom it says prosperity arising from wise planning. Take time to take the next step. Optimistic plans that turn out as expected. And this card is all about making good choices. And because of those choices, those positive choices, those wise choices, those good choices that you make, your blessings, your rewards, they will be coming in. This is also about having the confidence, the self-confidence, loving yourself enough to know that, okay, this doesn't work for me. I'm not receiving the things that I need. So I'm going to sail for new shores. But this is also letting you know that you do have an opportunity for a very positive start, a very positive new beginning. But in order to have that, you're being encouraged to stay optimistic. You see how she's got her bags packed. She's looking to the future. She is ready. She's excited. Whatever the future is going to bring, she's ready for it. Many of you, this will be the month that you are going to come into a state of ending the past and just being ready for the future. You will come into the state of making a choice, because for a number of you, this is 3 people involved. You got the 3 people and you've got the 3 of Gabriel. But you're going to come to a place of making a wise choice, a good decision that's for you. If this isn't working for you, this is the month that you're finally going to make that decision that this doesn't work. You're going to have the confidence in yourself to know that I deserve better. No matter how much I love this person, even if it could be a divine love, no matter how much I love this person, I will not allow them to treat me this way, because I am amazing, I am magnificent, I deserve more. I deserve better. So I'm going to sail ahead to find that. I'm going to sail ahead to find the things that I deserve. And maybe this is also saying that you don't need to worry about finances, because finances will be successful. You will be provided for. You will have the abundance that you need, the financial abundance, which is being reiterated in your recommendation cards. Your first card is answering the call. The time is now. And you see, she is leaving the castle, heading straight out to do. So many of you, they've been trying to guide you in a new direction for some time now. Out of fear, out of worry, out of concern, you haven't answered that call. And even some of you hoping, maybe it'll get better. But they're encouraging you to listen to that intuitive guidance. Listen, pay attention to their signs. They're giving you a lot of signs, a lot of synchronicities. They're trying to lead you in a new direction. They're encouraging you this month to just follow them. Follow them in the direction that they're guiding you. And for some of you, this is also part of your mission, things that you're here to do. Because for some of you, you have been putting so much effort and work into this relationship that maybe there's some classes, some certifications, some things that you need to do that are going to shift your life career-wise, monetarily, and you have been putting those things off. That's your divine calling. That's your mission. That's what you're here to do. But you've been stalling that. You've been putting that on hold because you've been putting everything into this. But this is the month that they're encouraging you to start doing those things. Sign up for that class. Get that certification. Start moving in that new direction. Because they're saying there's like 2 groups of you. So you'll know which group that you are in. One group of you, a number of you, divine masculine, you are being separated from a karmic partner. You will be separated for good. There's not going to be this reunion. And it could be masculine. I mean, not masculine, it could be feminine. But the other group of you, that this is a divine love, that you are intended and will be together at some point when these other things are done. you need to venture forward and do these things on your own first. And then this will come back together when the time is right, but it's not right now because there are other things you need to focus on and do. Okay? And for some of you, one of the things that you need to do is this says, you know, love from your parents. No matter what, your mother and father love you as much as they can. So for some of you, some of this work that you're going to be doing, because as light workers, many of us that are here, we are here to heal our ancestral family lines. Some of you may be doing some healing work with your parents. But others of you, they're just encouraging you to, you've kept this bottled up inside and you haven't shared it with anyone. You see how this parent unicorn is giving her baby a hug. We all love hugs. Hugs release endorphins. They raise our energy. They give us a feeling of love, of support. You are not feeling supported because many of you are not communicating what's going on. You've just gone inward, you've been silent, you're not sharing, and now you're at this pivotal point of making this decision to venture on. Some of you could be divorcing, separating, and you're at this point and you're feeling alone and you're feeling really isolated. Let your mom know, let your dad know. Let them give you a hug. They will let you know that they love you and they support you no matter what you do. And for some of you, it could be a divorce that you're going through, and they may give you a monetary loan until the divorce is final and this all works out. Because for some of you, your concerns have been, you know, finances and stuff. Okay, we're going to separate this house. How am I going to provide for myself? Or, you know, I've been living with my boyfriend for 3 years. You know, how am I going to separate and, you know, start back on my own again? Your parents love you. They will help you no matter what. And for many of you, they're saying to not feel as though this is a failure. It's not. It's everything that we come down here on earth to do is to learn, it's to grow, it's to evolve. None of us have perfect lives. None of us have perfect relationships. We just don't. But that's why we're here. That's why none of us have anything perfect. This was a growing opportunity. You have not failed anything. You are not a disappointment to anyone. If anything, your parents are actually going to be proud of you for standing up for yourself and that you are taking those action steps for you, for what's best for you. Because they want to see you happy. They want to see you in love. They don't want to see you stuck in sadness, angst, worry. So let them support you, be it emotionally, be it financially, be it just to get a hug and know that you're not alone. Because a lot of you are really feeling alone right now, but you are not. And the last thing is, they want you to know that you don't need to worry about money, finances. You have a shower of abundance. To heal your financial situation, first give us your worries concerning money. We will guide you in order to show you how to create and accept abundance. As we work together, your financial situation will heal as fast as you'll allow. Now, let's see. Okay, good. Let's see what Jesus has to say for you. See, you are loved and supported by everyone. Move these down a little bit. I am with you always, even until the end of the world. Okay. So hopefully that helps, Taurus. Come back at the end and I'll pull you an angel answer card. Okay, moving on to Virgo. This is reversed. I will show you it upright so you can see the graphics. You have the sun. This is a major arcana. At the bottom, it says plans that work out perfectly, amazing ideas that lead to rewards and commendations, gratitude for the blessings of life. And you see, he's coming in with this announcement. He's blowing his horn. He's knocking the walls down. But it's reversed. Because many of you have been in this relationship and you've been giving it your all. You've really been investing. But it hasn't blossomed as you hoped it would. It didn't grow as you hoped it would. Many of you were hoping for commitment. You were hoping to get engaged, move in together, move forward with a life together. And there was a lot of talk about it. You see how he's blowing his horn? He was blowing his horn. There was a whole lot of talk, but no action. And you're now at this point that you're like, okay, You're contemplating giving up. You're contemplating totally moving on, throwing that towel in and going in a totally different direction because you're tired of a whole lot of words with no action. Enough's enough. You thought he was going to come blazing in on his white knight, announcing his feelings, charging in, ready to move forward, but that's not happened. Talk, alluding to that possibly happening, but not happening. So now you're like, okay, time to move on. Now, you get one of these cards. I'm getting ready. I was told to go ahead and shuffle and prepare my archetype cards because... About half of the signs we're going to be getting these throughout the readings, and you, Virgo, are some of the lucky people that are getting them. What's that minute? Okay. So, what's blocking you? What's keeping you stuck? What's keeping you from moving forward? What's keeping this? You have a woman holding a coin, and this is a woman of value. This is a woman who is financially stable, knowing she can provide for herself. The thing is, for a number of you, you aren't valuing yourself. You don't realize the value, or you've forgotten the value that you hold. You are precious. You are a precious gift. He would be very lucky to move forward and build a life with you. Because he's not seeing that does not mean that you should forget that. But many of you have. And many of you, if you look back at your life, you're like a rescuer archetype. You love to rescue people. You love to help people. Like if you look at it, you're always finding people that, not to call them a project, but you know, I can help them. I can help fix them. I can rescue them. You know, you've got light attributes, providing strength and support to others in crisis, act out of love with no expectation of reward. Shadow attributes assumes that the rescued will reciprocate, keeps the rescued one needy, needing you, relying on you. Many times people that are rescue archetypes, they do that because that's a way of proving their value, proving their worth. So for many of you, you have been trying to rescue for this person, you've been trying to do for this person to show your value, to show your worth. You're amazing. You don't need to do something for someone else to prove your worth. It's time to rescue yourself. Throw yourself a life raft. Because you're amazing. At some point, people will have to want to help themselves. You know, we can't rescue everyone. We can't, as much as we'd like to, and that is a positive thing to have. Everyone needs help in life at some point. We all do. We need it. Others need it. That is definitely a positive thing to have. But when we hold on to a relationship beyond its expiration date because we keep thinking, oh, that person, they're going to see it. Things are going to improve. I can help them see it. You know, I can help them. Or we keep doing it to deep down, maybe we don't really realize why, but it's because we're trying to prove our value. At some point, it's seeing it for what it is. And at some point, it's seeing that you are what matters. You are of great value. You are worthy of someone coming in and busting that wall down. You are. But because you're still waiting, he's not coming to bust the wall down. While you continue to sit here waiting, not remembering your value, he's not going to come in and bust that wall down. This is about stepping into your power. Remember that overall energy? Regaining your power, making logical decisions, taking logical action. Because for many of you, this is actually a divine love. This could be a twin flame. This could be a twin soul. It could be a very strong, high-level soulmate. It could indeed be someone that you are intended to be with. But the thing is, and it's interesting because in some of the recent weekly readings that I've done and the special twin flame readings that I've done, they have been bringing up that it is time to let go. And I know that there's been a lot of kickback and alarm and concern about that, but it's something that has to happen. It's essential. And I'm going to walk you guys through since it's popping up in your reading. Because here's the thing. Twins are one. So if you are not loving yourself enough, if you are not remembering how amazing you are, how magnificent you are, essentially you're looking at yourself like, I'm just on the wayside. I don't really matter. Well, they're going to be energetically picking up on, okay, you don't really matter. They're going to reflect to you what you think. They're going to reflect to you how you feel about yourself. So if you feel like you are not worthy, you are not the treasure, you are not the value, and you're going to put up with whatever scraps or whatever little bits that you're getting, that's why they're just going to give you scraps. They're just going to have some phone conversations. They're going to half limp in, but they're not going to be all in. Because you are not energetically all in for yourself. But when you are like, oh, hell no. Twin or no twin, I don't care. Soulmate or not, I don't care. I am magnificent. I am one of God's glorious, perfect creations. I will not put up with this anymore. I don't care who you are. You don't get to treat me like this. Because, baby, I am worth so much more. So I'm going to go ahead and throw myself a life raft. You're not going to be my project anymore. Because at some point, people have to help themselves. Take anybody, even something as simple, somebody wants to quit smoking, or they want to lose weight. You can encourage them all day long, but until they want to do it, they are not going to do it. No matter how much you try to entice them, no matter how many patches you buy them, prescriptions you buy them, you will not get them to change. You will not get them to stop smoking. You're not going to. They have to want it. They have to do it. And if you are a twin, the energetics are extremely dynamic and very intricately interplayed with each other. So if you don't love yourself and value yourself enough to walk away, if you are not getting the absolute best in what you deserve, they're not going to give you the best in what you deserve. But interestingly, when you finally do decide you're not putting up with this anymore, that you will not settle for anything less than the best because you are the best, they're not going to treat you that way until you do it. When you stop allowing this treatment, they will step up and they will rise up to give you what you need. Because twins are one. Essentially, you are not loving yourself. You're not loving yourself. Because and the reason we want to rescue people and we want to prove our worth is because deep down there's something that needs to be healed because we aren't loving ourselves enough. Because when we love ourselves, yes, we want to come in and help people, but if we realize, I've done everything I can, well, we're not going to keep doing this to prove so that we can get them to love us, get them to appreciate us, get them to value us. We can say, okay, well, I love and support you, but I've got to go take care of this. But if you decide that you want to move forward and quit smoking, let me know. Give me a call. I'll get you some patches. But I got to go do me. Because you're not doing it from a place of trying to prove your value. You're just trying to help. And if you see it's not going to help, okay, you love yourself enough to not keep wasting your time. With twins, if you aren't loving yourself, because when you love yourself, it doesn't matter who the person is, parent, twin, whomever. If they are not treating you in the way that you deserve, once you've come to that point and you love yourself enough to be like, okay, well, I love you. I'm always going to love you no matter what. I will always love you. We will always be one. We are always going to be connected. But I am no longer going to sit in a state of sadness, worry. I mean, look, she has no color on her face, lifeless, just waiting for you. I'm not going to do that anymore. Because I am hot diggity dog, the prize. I am the treasure. I know that now. I know my worth. I love myself so much now. I'm going to love you, but I'm going to love you over here. And I hope you can fix this stuff and take care of this stuff on your own. Because another thing to remember, twins, they don't need us to rescue them. They're just like us. So everything that we've already healed is healed for them. They just have some other final action steps that they have to take. But again, they have to take it. You cannot do it for them. You have to give them the leverage, them the space to do it. But also energetically, you need to love yourself completely. Because when you love yourself completely to walk away, guess what? They're going to love you completely and they're going to show you that. They're not going to show you that they love you completely if you are not loving yourself completely. And what you don't realize is that when you do finally do that, and you finally walk away, you'll come back together. But you can't come back together until you walk away. Until you value yourself and you love yourself enough to know that I deserve better. I am not going to put up with these empty promises anymore. And it's concerned a lot of people. And I'm so glad that this comes up with you, Virgos. So maybe you can help educate some other twins as to why this dynamic is so important. It's not a game. Don't think of it as a game. Because, I mean, if you're like, okay, Nicole said walk away, so I'm going to walk away. And then, okay, I'm going to sit by the phone waiting for him to call. You're still energetically doing the same thing. No, it really is healing your heart enough to know that I will always love him. But I'm not going to be sitting here longing anymore. I'm not going to be paying attention to the phone. I am going to focus on my mission, my life, what I am here to do. And then if and when the time happens, okay, great. But I'm not worried about that anymore because I love myself too much to waste my valuable time on that. I'm a prize. If he's not seen that yet, that's stuff that he needs to work on. But I'm not going to continue to forget who I am. But when you do that, and you remember how amazing you are, and you walk away, this is what happens. This is what happens. For many of you, this is what's going to happen in April. Because you've been on the cusp of walking away for a while, you just haven't done it. Do it. This is 2 of Raphael, 2 hearts dedicated to creating something wonderful. Dedicated, not just making empty promises. Kindred spirits, don't give up on those you love. This is divine love, it's soulmates, it's twin flames, twin souls. But by valuing yourself enough and making the choice to love yourself and moving in a new direction, suddenly, magically, your soulmate, your twin, they're going to follow you. They will move in the direction in which you are going. The energies will shift, and that's what has to happen with all twins. All twins have to shift that dynamic. What shifts that dynamic, what is the switch, is the female loving herself, and it could be actually in a male body. I've got a number of clients that are divine feminine in male bodies, so it doesn't matter, but there's always a masculine energy, there's always a feminine energy, period. Because to have one, you always have a masculine side and a feminine side. But when the feminine finally realizes that she is amazing, magnificent, and she walks away, bam, that's what activates it. That's what flips the energies. And suddenly you're not pursuing him, suddenly he's pursuing you. And that's what's going to get you off this merry-go-round. And it's not a giving up on them. A lot of people have made comments, I don't want to give up. You're not giving up on them. Where you're at now, you've been giving up on yourself. And think about it energetically. You're one. If you're a twin, you're one. So since you've given up on yourself, that's why he's given up on you. He's just reflecting to you what you have done. That's all he's doing. That's all he's doing. He's just reflecting where you are energetically. So if you have given up on yourself and you have given up on your life and you are not doing you and you are not living life and enjoying life and loving yourself, well, he's not loving you. He's not committed to you. He's not showing you. He is just simply serving up on a platter where you are energetically. Step into your power, Virgos. Love yourself, walk away. Because the crazy thing is, and we're going to skip a card ahead, the crazy thing is that's an actual blessing in disguise. The fact that he's not busted that wall, that's actually a blessing. I'm going to flip it my way because I get a glare when you guys can see it, and then I can't read it to you. What appears to be a problem is actually part of your answered prayer. You'll understand the reasons behind your present situation as everything resolves. Trust in heaven's protection and infinite wisdom to answer your prayer in the best way. So yes, it seems like a heartbreak. It seems like it's all over. But what you all don't realize is that's actually the thing that's going to make it happen. That's the switch. But it is an energetic clearing. The other thing that you're being encouraged this month, you have cleansing water. So this is encouraging you to let it go. You see, she's alone, she's sad, she's looking forward like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this happened. You're encouraged to let it go because it is going to be a blessing. You just don't see it yet. cleansing waters. At the bottom it says purification activates vibrant life force. So for many of you this month, you are being encouraged to clear your space physically, clear your space energetically, clear the past hurts, clear the past pain, clear the past sorrows. Some of you, some energy work would be needed by someone else, but many of you are at the point you can do that yourself. You can do meditations. You are being encouraged to release your old beliefs, your old fears, your old doubts with regards to this. Because if you're doubting that it's going to happen, so if deep down you're thinking, well, I just don't think it's ever going to happen, even if it's something that's real deep-seated, I just don't think it's going to happen, I don't know if it's going to happen, well, you're energetically putting out, it's not going to happen. So it doesn't happen. But when you get to the point that you've released that, and you're like, okay, I know it's going to happen when God's ready, but I'm not going to think about it because I know God's going to take care of it whenever it's meant to be. You've now cleared that energy. You've cleared the path for it to happen. Focus on clearing that path this month. Focus on you. See how blissful she is? She's just, I don't care about anything or anyone else. Oh, I'm just enjoying life. She's got the lotus flowers around her. She's relaxing. She's rejuvenating. She's bringing color and life back into her. She's loving life again. That's what you're being encouraged to do this month. Clear those energies. That's going to clear the path. For some of you, they're encouraging you to do some Epsom salt soaks. That's also going to physically, not only is that going to help you clear things emotionally, energetically, but that's going to help you clear your body physically. There's some of you, you have some toxins in your body, and it's causing some of you some physical sensations. You could be having some rashes, some hives. Soak, that'll help clear that up for you. And the last card you have is Imagine. What would you see, feel, think, and hear if your wish came true? This is all about imagining your dreams coming true and having faith that they will come true, because they will. So some of you, you're being encouraged this month to do some visualizations. Now, not obsessive visualizations. Don't do visualization every night, because then you're shifting back into this spot where you got it on a death grip. But clear your energies and then just sit down and do a visualization. Visualize the two of you coming together. And not just that, visualize everything that you want. If you want to have a child, visualize that. If you want to start your own business, visualize that. Feel it. How would it feel if that thing happened? What type of joy would it bring you? So when you're visualizing it, allow yourself to feel the emotions, because that's what helps manifest it. But visualize it, see it, feel it. And then pray and ask that God, Jesus, the angels, bring that to you. And then let go and let God make it happen. Because for many of you, because you've been stuck in this state of doubt, thinking it's not going to happen, you kind of need to refresh that cue with the visualization of, okay, it's going to happen. Clear out the doubts and fears and worries that it's not, then reset that cue of, oh, we're bringing this in. We're about to ground this. Now, Jesus wants you to know, seek and you shall find, Matthew 7:7. Okay. Come back at the end. We will pull an angel answer card for you. Okay, moving on to finally Capricorns. So let's see here. Cappies, if you just joined us, you are one of the signs that gets one of the archetype cards. Actually, you guys get two. We'll cover those in a moment. Let's see what you've got here real quick. Okay. So let me go ahead and pull these over here. Don't have to reach across you again. Okay. Well, you're in the boat with many others where this is some relationship cycle situation that you are releasing. For most of you, it is love related. But it's something that is fated, that is destined to end, because you have two major arcanas. So if you look up here, Virgos, they have one major arcana, one minor, which means this ending and such for them is it's fated, it's meant to happen, but how things progress from there is actually within their control. Whereas Taurus, they have both minor pips, so they have a lot of control in it. Unfortunately, Capricorns, this is a situation that is destined, it is fated. You do not have the control, which is good, because they're making this happen to transform your life. Your situation that you have, and I think, yeah, that's close enough that you can see it. Actually, I'm going to hold this up so you can see these graphics. You have 10, the wheel. And at the bottom it says delays are over, sudden or unexpected good luck, a new car or travel. But they're saying the delays in your life are over because the wheel, this is all about a karmic cycle ending. You know, it can also be talking about what goes around comes around, but this is about new doors opening for you because you finally ended this cycle. 10s are completions, they're endings, they're finalities. You have a situation, for most of you, it is a relationship that has come to an ending. The two of you are not together. You see, she's sitting here on her own. You're not together. But you haven't completely closed the cycle, and that's the problem. That's why you're stuck. That's why you have not had these new doors open yet, because it hasn't been completely finalized. You see, she's no longer spinning and creating gold. She's just sitting, staring out to the future like, I don't know if I can do this on my own. I'm not sure. I'm really afraid. I'm really worried. I don't think I can do it. So many of you are immobilized because of this ending. The two of you went in separate directions. You haven't been together for a while. That happened on purpose. That happened. That was destined. That was fated to end. This relationship's been very, you've got the devil card, which Capricorn, you are the devil card in the tarot. This is your card. This is a highly toxic and highly volatile relationship. And it's been cyclical. So for many of you, this is a relationship where you repeatedly keep coming back. They're saying spinning a web. So for some, you could be spinning a web to pull them back in, draw them back in. But every time the two of you come back together, it's toxic, it's anger-filled, it ends. And you go separate directions. But they finally have ended it. God, Jesus, the angels, they have finally ended it because it is long past its date of expiration to finally end. It's done. It's over. But some of you haven't accepted it, or there's some legal papers, legal documents that still need to be signed. There's a conversation that needs to be had. There's something, there's not been the closure yet. You don't want the relationship back. Well, some of you do want help. So see that her hair is golden. So for many of you, this person helps you financially. So you can't spend more gold, more money. So this person, for some of you, helps you financially. So now you're concerned, okay, well, how am I going to be okay financially without this person? So for many of you, that's why you would pull them back in, because you need their help. Some of you, they could be a business partner, but there was a relationship involved with it. So now you're fearful, okay, what do I do now? I can't create this money. I'm not sure if I can sustain myself, but it is over. Because one of you is finished and will not come back. For many of you, it's the man. But it could be the female. But you're stuck. You're stuck. The wheel has stopped spinning. The wheel is not creating anything magical anymore. It's done. It's over. This was a karmic cycle. This was a cycle. And when you look at karmic cycles, they're lessons. We come here on earth to learn things. You are to learn something from this relationship. Some of you, this is a relationship that has a past life, something that still hasn't been resolved, a soul contract that needs ended. But you were just intended to learn something. You weren't intended to be together long term. You were intended to learn something and move on. The problem is you didn't move on. They didn't move on. You both stayed stuck in this vicious cycle over and over, and some of you for years, 10, 20 years. So God's finally stepped in and said, oh no, not anymore. Done. This is not happening anymore. But the reason you haven't moved on, because they're trying to encourage you to move on. They're trying to get you to move forward. They're trying to get you to move away. It's over, but you're just sitting there. You've stagnated. The reason you have stagnated is because they're saying it's not that you have a broken heart. This card meaning it's grief. The meaning of this card is grief and loss. This is about, it reveals the darkness. It reveals the emptiness. It also shows that we need to have a deep healing. This card is also about releasing the person or the situation and the relationship and the past trauma of the relationship. Because for many of you, this has been a very traumatic, painful relationship. It's not been happy. This card is about reclaiming your power and moving forward, knowing that things are only going to get better, because they are only going to get better, Capricorn. You're only going up from here. You just need to trust and know that. This card is also reminding you that this relationship, it's behind you. It's over. It is done. It is time for you to leave it there in the past where it belongs. Don't try to revive it. Don't try to bring it back, because some of you are actually trying to revive it. But you're not trying to revive it because you're in love with this person. You're trying to revive it because, oh, that's funny. Because you need the help that they can offer. Capricorn, you can do things on your own. So, you have 2 of the archetype cards. And again, these are the cards that are saying, why aren't you moving forward? It's done. It's over. But why aren't you moving? Done. Pressing forward. Letting it go. Leaving it in the past. The challenge is you have got to leave it in the past, but you're not. For many of you, the reason you're not, you have the card Monk. None. Light attribute is selfless devotion, single-minded dedication to spirit. Shadow attributes are negative judgment of the physical world, excessive pity. Now, if you look here, they have their backs to each other. They're looking in complete opposite directions. So the 2 of you have never been on the same page. You thought, like some of you even thought like this was like a soulmate divine relationship, which it was a soulmate relationship. But we have various soulmate relationships. We have some soulmates who are family members. We have some soulmates who are friends. We have some soulmates who are lovers, who are intended, which is this situation, to come into our lives, help us learn something. Sometimes it's help us learn something positively. Many times it's help us learn something in a negative fashion, which is the case here. But to help us learn something, help us grow so we can splitzo in opposite directions. The 2 of you were just intended to come together, learn something, and go opposite ways. It was not, because for many of you, they're saying like you have clung to this thinking, oh, it's a divine relationship. It's divine. It's meant to be. It's not meant to be. You are 2 totally opposite people. Totally opposite. It's not intended to last. Now, this card is also, so one of you was overly pious, coming from a better than you kind of place, like being in a place of vanity, self-absorbed, but making the other feel like you're better than them, which is even mentioned in this card, because one of you is coming from a state of, I am better than you, so you are here to serve me. You are here to help me because you are beneath me. You are here to help me get the things that I want, spin the gold that I want. That is your purpose. And you have servant. Because one of you is one that is of light, that is of service, that wants to serve. Now, sometimes we will serve because of not valuing ourselves, lacking a self-worth, to stand up and be like, yeah, no, I'm not doing this anymore. I want to help you because I'm coming from a genuine place in my heart, but I'm being used and manipulated, so I'm not putting up with that anymore. But one has been the servant, and it's not been coming from a place where it should. You know, the light attribute, it says delight in serving others with a free and loving heart. Shadow attribute is using the lack of money as an excuse to not move forward with life. And for many of you, that is, again, what they were saying as to why you were stuck. You are fearing not having the finances, not having the money, not having the help that they can provide you. So for many of you, this person's kind of like at your beck and call. See how she's like running up the stairs to provide this big bowl of soup? This is about indentured servitude, making ourselves available for the betterment of someone else's life, no matter what it costs us. Being bound, chained, stuck to serve this person, unable to break ourselves free. Oh, that's funny. This is about not valuing your own life. So in this relationship, there has been one party who has been at the beck and call of the other person. There's been one party who's been that indentured servant who has been stuck, who has given everything they can, who has come to the call of the other. No matter what day or night, I will jump, I will drop everything I'm doing. What do you want? Like, you know, like a dog's all loyal and they'll drop everything and come tail a wagging. But that person was doing it from a place of love. The other person was in this relationship for what they could get financially, because they needed someone to help them financially. They needed someone to assist them. They didn't feel as though the other person is at the same level as them. It was all about them, what they need, what they could get, and that was it. But the person who's been the indentured servant, who has been doing everything, giving everything, is not doing that any longer. Not going to do it any longer, they're saying. Because they have, you know, again, this was a karmic destined thing for you to grow. So you've now grown, and now you're like, okay, I am way, way better than this, and I am not going to put up with this, because I now have the confidence in myself, and I have the self-esteem, and I now know that I'm being used, and I now value myself way too much to put up with these shenanigans anymore. I'm not doing this. So now it's time to break free of this. So maybe you've just stayed here because... Okay, Capricorn, this could be the reverse. But to keep it straight, the ones that are stuck, not moving forward, which could be you. Actually, I'm just going to say it could be the female. It's the female. Yeah, the female's kept the male trapped. Okay. So Capricorn, whether you're the female or the male. Now again, genders can be swapped, because there could be masculine. I have clients that are divine feminine, they're male bodies, and vice versa. But the feminine, the woman, the female, and it's not even divine feminine, because this is a relationship that was never meant to last at all. This is the person that you meet beforehand. But in this situation, the female needed the assistance of the man. The female has enjoyed that she could control, that she could get him to assist. And for some, it's really just, I need his help. I need him to come and assist me. I need his financial assistance. I need him to do these things. I need him to help me maintain my lifestyle. You know, I love champagne, but I'm on a beer budget. So I need him to come in and provide my champagne. But I can't do that without him, which is why she's stuck, not moving forward. This needs to conclude, but there hasn't been, it's over, but there hasn't, it's still energetically hanging there, because there's something the two of you still need to bring it to a close. There's a conversation, there's paperwork, there's something that needs to be done. For many, it is the female that has kept the male trapped and under her control, because this is the Devil card. In this deck, it's the Decision card. At the bottom, it says, release yourself from that which holds you back. A need to detox. Unnecessary worry based on a lack of self-confidence. You see, she's holding this cage, and there's all these clouds. So this relationship has been filled with a lot of confusion. But you got this little bird. He doesn't even know. The cage is open. Everyone else has flown free. At any point, he can just fly out of that cage. Why is he sitting in that cage? Why? This is about what you're unaware of this month, and or what's helping you this month. This card is all about breaking free from what's toxic, breaking free from this toxic relationship that's holding you back. It's about releasing your fears, releasing your hopelessness, releasing yourself from the self-limiting beliefs, because you're the only person keeping yourself stuck. No one is keeping you stuck but you. You're not chained in that cage. You're not chained to this toxicity. Maybe the only reason this has continued is for simply material reasons. That is it. Now, this card can also be talking about, for some of you, that, you know, no longer following and pursuing sexual pleasures blindly and haphazardly. Because for some of you, maybe, you know, they were talking earlier about spinning a weave to lure the person back in. So for some of you, you could be luring them back in with sexual favors, sexual acts. For some, there could be S&M, but that's how you lure them in, or you lure them in with promises of love. But when it comes to the Devil card, this card, it's all about feeling powerless. Because if you look at the traditional tarot of this card, it shows these two figures. They are literally chained to the Devil. It's not the Lover's card. They're not both just standing there freely with an angel behind them because they're in love with each other and they want to be there because they are in a mutually fulfilling, satisfying, rewarding relationship. No, they're there because they're enslaved. They are chained. But this is, you know, you need to look at what is holding you back. Why aren't you flying out of the cage? Why are you not breaking those chains with the Devil? Why? For many of you, this is an abusive relationship. And it doesn't have to be physically abusive. They're saying for many of you, it's just verbally and emotionally abusive. Because it's this cycle. You keep going round and round and round and round. It just keeps hurting you more. You can't break these chains. Many of you, the reason that this relationship, they're saying, has been filled with a lot of guilt, shame, feeling worthless, unappreciated. It's highly toxic. The time has come to be done with it. They're saying the time has come to break these chains. Free yourself from this. It is time to free yourself. And what's going to be helping you, depending upon which side of the coin you're on, if you are the person that's poor little bird inside that cage, what is going to be helping you is this month you're finally going to break free. You're finally, the angels, they're like clapping. They're like, oh my gosh, finally, about time. They're clapping, they're cheering, they're celebrating. About damn time, free yourself. They've been trying to prepare the path for you to free yourself for so long. They're so excited that you're going to do it this month. You're meant to do it this month. You are meant to fly free this month. Do that. Fly free. And move forward in your life. See, the birds are all flying into the future. You need to fly free this month. Finally getting yourself away from this for good. So if that means you need to sign some divorce papers, you need to sign some, maybe you had a business together, you need to sign the papers to have that be done, do that. And for others of you, again, depending on which side you are, allow that person to fly free this month. Be the fair emperor. Don't try to continue. Okay, so for some of you, if it's you or them, depending on whoever the woman is, or it could, vice versa. Anyhow, one person's been very controlling in the relationship. Don't try to control this relationship anymore. Be fair. Be fair. Don't control. Don't keep that person trapped anymore. Let them go. And for many of you, they are going to fly free this month. You're just, you're not aware of that because they're done. They've had enough. Now let me pull some clarifiers for you real quick. Then we'll pull what they're recommending. And we'll see if they got any additional information. Let's see. Okay, we'll do that one. Okay. We'll just clarify your situation, see if there's anything else. No. Now, bottom of the deck. Capricorn, this is beautiful. I was going to say this is good, and they're saying, no, it's beautiful. Look at the card underneath. So this is journey. This is ship. So this is your outcome. So by you letting go, freeing yourself from this toxic, highly toxic situation, and finally journeying into the future alone without that person, you will have tremendous luck. That is when things change in your life for good, for the better. This is your outcome. If you finally let go, break those chains, move forward, stop sitting here, your life is going to totally turn around. Okay, and this is reiterating the same stuff. Okay, so this is clarifying the wheel. You have cross. Same thing as this, grief, sadness, burdens, you know, having to bear this cross, suffering. And then you have Stork. And storks are all about movements, upgrades, improvements, changes. But what do storks do? They migrate back to the exact same place every year. So even though you have been divinely encouraged year after year to move on, move forward, get away from this relationship, this person, this situation, every year you come back for another beating. And a beating is indeed what it is. Not physically, because there's been a lot of verbal, hurtful things that have been said. But this is about temper. This is the rod. This is the whip, cracking that whip. This is about temper, conflict, strife, someone being quick to anger. This is also repetition, repeatedly putting yourselves through this. This is also taking sexual action on a whim. So for some of you, it's coming back in just for the sex. Like I was saying earlier, it could be some S&M. But it's a volatile cycle. Over and over. It's been nothing but burdens, grief, pain. Yet you return to it year after year to have the whip cracked. Have a lot of angry, hate-filled words and arguments and strife. You go in opposite directions, then you come back again to go through the whole round of crap over and over and over. For many of you, they're saying, you've been doing this for years. Why are you doing this? But one wants to leave. One is done. Man, the guy. Let's see. That's funny. I was asking him, who is it that's wanting to end it? And they told me to pull the next card. He wants to end it. He's done. He is finished with this cycle. So Cappies, if you are the man, you are done. You are tired of this BS. Now this is the new, let me find the other card. This is, I ordered this new deck of Gilded, Lenormands, because it's an extended version. Now in this deck, there are 2 men, 2 women, 2 ladies, but there's a difference. There's a distinct difference between the two. This is the traditional one that's been in the Lenormand deck. You guys have seen this a number of times in my readings. This is a man who is in love. He is waiting for his beloved to return. He's enamored with her. He is in love with her. He can't wait to build a life with her. He is ready to share his love with her. He is ready to give her this rose. He is ready to create something with her. He is in love. And he is in love with someone who loves him. Now, let's put this back in the middle. Okay. Now, this man, on the other hand, this is a man who has just had enough and has stepped into his power. That's what this card is. He has no love. He does not want to start a relationship. He simply wants to step in his power, period. And he looks pissed. He's had enough. He looks like he's been burnt. His face is all burnt and crusty. He's got this 5 o'clock shadow that's turned into this beard. He looks like he has been through the ringer, but he's done. He has had enough. He is now fully stepping into his power. And he is not doing this anymore. So like they were saying earlier, that it's the man who's been the servant. He's not the servant anymore. He has now stepped into his power. He's like, oh, hell no. You need to get yourself another servant because I am not doing this anymore. I'm done for good. And that's why the female is just sitting there. For some, she's just sitting there because she's like, what? What do you mean? He's not coming back? Come on, you're kidding, right? You know you can come back. Come on, boo. I'll tickle you a little bit. I'll touch you in that favorite place. Come on, come back. And holy crap, he's still not coming back. How am I going to do this? He's not coming back. But the problem is it's not been good for either of you, because that's the thing that they're saying he's not coming back, but you don't want him back anyhow. You just want the benefits of it. Because be it, Capricorn, you're the man and you're done. Congratulations. Hallelujah. That's why the angels were dancing and doing a celebration. They're like, praise God. Get your fanny up out of that cage, boy. She's kept you caged up way too long. Congratulations. But if you happen to be a female Capricorn, you haven't kept him caged and contained in this relationship because you are in love with him. You have done it for what you can get. But you don't need anyone to get the things. I mean, Capricorn, you're an earth sign. You can make some money. You can do this. You really can. But they're saying you don't want the relationship. But why are you doing that? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I was asking why. Why do you keep trying to get them to return? Because for those of you that are sitting at the wheel, you're not moving forward, there are some of you trying to get them to come back. It's not going to come back. The reason you have a dog. Dog's all about loyalty. They're your companion. They're your friend. This could be best friend. This is someone you trust. This is also about protection. This is someone who's very reliable. You can count on them no matter what. Thick or thin, they're going to come running. They're going to be there to help you no matter what. Then you have the tree. And trees are all about, you know, this is something that's here to grow. Because a tree, when you have a big storm come in, the tree doesn't just break and fall over. It bends, it sways with the wind. So it can continue to be firmly rooted and continue to grow. And this is the labyrinth. And this is all about, you know, no matter what you do, despite doing everything that you possibly can, time and time again, you repeatedly hit a wall. And you repeatedly have to start all over again. This is also about something is keeping you apart. You are divinely being kept apart. The reason you are being divinely kept apart is because this is meant to end. The reason you keep pulling them in, notice there's no love. We don't have the heart card. We don't have the marriage card. We don't have the ring card. We don't have the male in love. We don't have the female in love. This is someone who has been a loyal companion. There's even been friendship, but it's someone that you can, the main thing is they're saying, I love you. This is someone that you can rely on. You know, no matter what, you have always been able to rely on him. And for some of you, you relied on his help for your health, because the tree can also be tied to health. So for some of you, when you have health concerns, health issues, maybe you have extra bills because of your health. You call on him and he comes back, and then you guys try to work it out romantically again, but it doesn't work. One of you steps out of the relationship because you don't want the relationship. You just want the companionship, the friendship, the support. You just want the assistance. But that doesn't work if you're both not on the same page. If you have someone who wants a relationship, wants something permanent, wants to establish roots, wants to build a family, but the other person's constantly stepping out of the relationship because they don't want it, but that person is being manipulative, deceptive, maybe they're making that person think that they want a relationship to pull that person back in, lure that person back in who's very loyal, making them think we're going to create something together, only to find out, okay, yeah, my bad, I stepped out again. Okay, my bad, I don't really want this. It causes a lot of contention, and it causes someone who's just raging and done. Not going to be the rug to step on anymore. But there has to be honesty, and that's the problem. There's never been honesty of what's truly wanted. Because for many of you, if there would have been honesty in this relationship, if the person would be honest, like, hey, look, I don't want a relationship, I just need help. I need help financially, I need some assistance, I need somebody to talk to. That's really it. Then this would have died a long time ago. The only reason the other person was staying in is because they thought that there was going to be a relationship, a solid foundation, monogamy. And there wasn't. They're saying this relationship has always had multiple external partners. You see, you got three, the whole thing. This relationship has been wrought with cheating, deception the entire time. But it was not meant to last. You have been divinely kept away from each other. You have been divinely separated recently. Capricorn, you have beautiful things ahead of you. You really do. You have beautiful things ahead of you. But to get to those things, you know, when it's a big karmic thing, a big karmic cycle, relationship, situation thing that needs to end, until we have the courage to finally end that, we can't get our blessings. So, you know, God can be sitting there all day long and thinking, man, I really want to give him this gift. I really want to just drop this big blessing on them. But until they get rid of that garbage, I guess they're just going to stay stuck in misery. Because we have to clear the space for a blessing to come in. We can't have a new partner come in, someone that because you do, Capricorn, you do want love. You just don't want it with him or her. You want it. They want to bring you someone. But until you've cleared this energy, cleared this space, and made the room for a new love to come in, it's not going to happen. So what they're recommending you do this month. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. So there is closure. This needs closure. You have distant thunder, and this says clear the air. This is all about purification. You know, a big storm comes in, chaos comes in to shake the old things out of our life in order to open up opportunities for new things to come in, which is what they were just saying. It's time for you to clear the air with this person, this situation. Clear the air with things that are not empowering you. This is not empowering you. This is highly toxic. This has got to be released. This month, allow it to all fall away. Allow it to be gone. Many of you are going to have a conversation. And when you have that conversation, be honest. Because that's why they've said a couple times that there hasn't been a completion. Be honest, be truthful when you have that conversation. Part of the reason that you're in this problem is because one person has not been honest about their intentions. They have intentionally misled the other person. So they're encouraging you, be honest when you have your conversations this month. And it says true, yes, what you're asking about is the truth. But they're saying you need to be truthful, you need to be honest. You need to have that conversation. And they're also saying do it in a kind manner. Because words can hurt. There's already been enough hurtful words. So do it. Even though this isn't going to work out, you're not going to come together, you can still be loving and kind and compassionate when you have that conversation to finally end it, finally get that closure that you both need so that you can move on. But the beautiful thing is, as soon as you have that conversation, look at that. Look at you sitting in the hammock by the water with your book and your tea, enjoying life because you have sailed off somewhere else, a much better direction for you. You have watching clouds. Lie back, rest, and relax. So this storm, this shit storm that you've been in for a very, very, very long time, many of you years, you notice there's mountains and there's there are mountains somewhere, over there. There's all these mountains. This thing has been nothing but climbing mountains, headaches, a struggle the entire freaking time. They're saying for some of you, maybe the first year or so it wasn't, and that could have been 10, 20 years ago, but since then it's been nothing but a nightmare, nothing but a struggle, nothing but a, pardon my French, shitstorm. But that's because it was just simply a lesson to come, to grow, to make yourself a better person, and to press forward. Because you've got this, Capricorn. You've definitely got this. And look how beautiful it's going to be. You are going to be back into a state of loving life. So if you can have this conversation early in April, by the end of April, look at you. Relaxing, chilling, read a book, loving life again. And healing. So that you can create something new, so you can prepare for this new beginning that you will have in life. This says creative project. Your soul longs to express itself in creative ways. We're guiding you to infuse artistry and creativity into your life. Creative expression makes you feel alive and excited and reignites passion toward your life. You will want to have something new. Now, one thing they are saying, for most of you, there is a conversation that needs to be had. Again, truthful, be honest, be truthful. But some of you, because this is some karmic cycle, because they're saying a number of you, this has been very volatile for a very long time. You're chained to the devil. Some of you, there's a soul contract that needs to be canceled with this person. Now, If you can sit down and cancel that soul contract early this month, or you could get a head start and do it before April, you're going to get to this state faster. So for some of you, that this is a karmic thing. If you are comfortable doing the soul contract cancellation on your own, there are a number of free guided meditations on YouTube. Go to the one that you're feeling guided to. If you are not comfortable canceling the soul contract on your own, find an energy healer, an energy medicine practitioner. It can be a Reiki, shaman, quantum touch, whatever you're guided to. But someone that does soul contract cancellations, because some practitioners, they just run energy. They don't do soul contract cancellations. But you'll know, you'll be guided to who you need to see. Like with the work I do, almost every client, there's always some soul contract cancellation. But you've got to, because for many of you, you have not wanted to be in this and they have not wanted to be in this for a very long time. You both wanted to break free. But because there is this karmic, energetic, toxic soul contract that has to be canceled, that's why you keep coming back for more. You don't want to come back for more. They don't want to come back for more. Cancel the soul contract. Because if you can cancel that soul contract, do it yourself, get somebody else to do it. They're really easy to cancel. But if you're not, just give somebody a call. All they'll need is 15 minutes. They'll cancel that for you. And when they cancel that soul contract, you're going to be able to finally have this conversation. You'll be like, dang, I don't know why I've been sitting there. I need to go to the beach, boo. I need to go and lay by the beach with my book. And I need to start new with my life. And you are going to be able to do that. And they are encouraging you to do that. Now, Jesus wants you to know, thou shalt love the Lord your God with all of your heart and with all of your soul and with all your mind. Mark 12:30. So hopefully that helps, Capricorns. You do have some beautiful stuff coming and you deserve it. You've been on this cycle for way too long. They're encouraging you to do these final things to release yourself. Releasing yourself to your happy. Okay, so I'm going to pull an angel answer card for each of you. If there's a question that you still have, if there's something that was not answered, think of the question and I will pull you each a card. So we are going to start off with Taurus, reconsider. Virgos, you're ready. That's beautiful. Capricorn, remain positive. That's okay. Okay, so since you guys are going to ask, when I talk to myself, you're sitting at this wheel. Many of you, the reason you've been immobilized is because you are fearful about your ability to provide for yourself and care for yourself without assistance. You need to remain positive. Now they were saying, you're amazing. You've got this. You've got this. You've got a whole team to help you. You've got a whole team to help you. You're not going to be stranded and alone. You're just not going to have this person any longer. And that's okay, because that's going to make things better in your life. You don't have anything to worry about. Now, because a lot of you are stuck in a state of dread. Okay, what are we looking for? Reconsider. Okay. Reconsider. This is an element of your plan that should be reevaluated. Take some time to really go through your project or proposal thoroughly. Share your intentions with a trusted friend or advisor who can give you objective feedback. Ask your angels for guidance. This is not the moment to make the change in your life that you're considering. A better time will come, or you'll realize that you wish to choose a different direction. Or you choose a different kind of transformation for yourself. Okay. You're ready, Virgos. All your past experiences have led to this moment. You've studied and grown spiritually in many ways. There is nothing more to do. You're ready to move forward and to embrace the person you know in your heart that you are meant to be. The world is anxiously awaiting the contributions that following your life purpose will provide. You may have to put yourself first in this situation. It's time to do what is right for you. That's awesome. I just love it when the angels come through saying the same thing they've been saying the whole time. It's a nice confirmation, because sometimes they'll tell us stuff. They do it to me all the time. Tell us stuff that we don't want to hear. Like Archangel Michael will come in and tell me to do things all the time. I'm like, what? No, I don't want to do that. Please, not that. And he's still very firm and says, I'm going to do it. We don't always hear what we want to hear. But it's not to hurt us. It's to help better our lives. So it's always good, especially to see when things are not easy to hear. that they are consistent, and it's just showing that you do have beautiful things coming. You really do. It's just a matter of faith, because the angels are only here to love us and help us. We just need to allow them to do that. And also to trust, because they'll ask us to do things sometimes, and trust me, I have been there so many times where I'm told to do something, I'm like, why would I do that? It's not my job to question why. It's just my job to do it. And I have learned, I've now over the years gotten to a state where I don't sit and question it. I'm like, okay, I don't know why, but I'll do it, because I have seen time and time again when I just do what they tell me to do and don't procrastinate, because there have been a number of times that I've procrastinated because it doesn't make sense to me and they won't tell me why. I mean, because they chit-chat in my ear all day long, but sometimes they're just not going to tell me all the details, period, because I don't need to know. We don't always need to know the details. God wants to show off and surprise us. Can't do that if we know everything. But I've learned every time I do what I'm guided to do, it turns out beautiful. I have some miracle that comes out because of it. So now I just, okay, I'll do it. I don't even ask why. If you can just trust and do what you're being guided to do, you clear the space for God to bring you miracles. And that's what God wants to bring all of you. It is time for your miracles to come in. They want all of you to know, in order for them to bring these miracles in, you have to make the space. You have to release the person. You have to release the situation. You have to release the career. You have to release the business partner. Whatever this thing, person, situation is that you've been guided for months, and some of you years to release, the time has come to release them. Because as soon as you release them and do what you're being guided to do, that's when miracles occur. They want to bring you miracles. They want to bring you happiness. They want to bring you fulfillment. Help them help you. Capricorns, you have remained positive. The angels are asking you to keep an optimistic attitude. There is a very positive momentum beginning to build toward the creation of your desires. You're speeding your dreams along by maintaining a cheerful and confident demeanor. It may seem as though your plans are taking a long time to manifest, but very soon you will see a change. Don't allow yourself to lose hope when your dreams are so close to coming true. Okay, so hopefully that helps all of you. I wish you an amazing month filled with a lot of love, joy, and blessings.